Hi, I'm an old guy and I do maths. And today we're looking to graph this exponential function, negative 2 to the power of x minus 1, or y equals negative 2 to the power of x minus 1. And just to start out with, down in the left-hand corner of this frame, you'll see a sketch of a standard exponential graph, y equals a to the x. This point of intersection on the y-axis is 1. So let's get into this and just see how this differs from other graphs of exponentials. So we'll go through the usual steps. We'll make x equals 0 and see what happens. That gives us negative 2 to the power of 0 minus 1. 2 to the power of 0 is 1. And the negative here, we do the index first. BODMAS, BEDMAS, the order of operations in mathematics. 2 to the power of 0 is 1. Make that negative. Negative 1 minus 1 gives us negative 2. So at 0, this thing has a point of intersection at negative 2. So that is 0, negative 2. Okay, we've got our y-intercept. Now I should say that it's a pretty fair bet. I can't see why it wouldn't be. It always is, unless you know otherwise. This is an indication of where the asymptote of this thing will be. The asymptote is very likely to be negative 1, but we will confirm that. Okay, so let's put another value into this. We'll put 1 into this. And so it is negative 2 to the power of 1 minus 1. 2 to the power of 1 is 2. Make it negative. Minus 1. Negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3. So here we go. We've got 1, negative 3 here. So we've got another point. Let's try one more. X equals 2. So that is negative 2 to the power of 2 minus 1. 2 to the power of 2 is 4. Make that negative. Subtract 1. We get, we're already down here. This is negative 2. Sorry, this is positive 2, negative 5. Get that round the right way. And so what we're seeing is this sort of shape coming into view. Now, as I said, I'm 100% certain that our asymptote is at negative 1, and so we'll just confirm that by taking a negative value here. So we'll make x equal negative 1. So that is negative 2 to the power of negative 1 minus 1. Okay. Negative 2 to the power of negative 1 is a half. That is negative a half because of this. Negative a half minus 1 is negative 3 on 2. So this point here is negative 1, negative 3 on 2. I hope you can see that in the picture there. And we'll do one more. We'll go out to here somewhere. So we'll try x equals, I don't know, negative 4. So that is negative 2 to the power of negative 4 minus 1. Okay. 2 to the power of negative 4 is 1/16, 1 over 16. Make that negative. So that is negative 1 over 16. Subtract 1. That is negative 17 over 16. So negative 4, negative 17 on 16. And where will we put that dot? We'll put that dot here. And so what you can see is that this graph is approaching the asymptote. It's getting closer and closer to the asymptote. This was 1.5 away from the x-axis. This is now 1 1/16 away from the x-axis and heading towards the asymptote, which of course it will not touch. Okay, I think that that's enough to confirm our shape. So what is the lesson that we can draw from a function in this form and how it will graph? Well, you need to remember your order of operations in mathematics. Otherwise, you're going to get into terrible trouble. You're going to get dots all over the place. You're going to get plot points everywhere. So, what does this do? Well, that moves the asymptote down 1, from 0 to -1. What this does, then, is it reflects what, if this were positive, so 2x to the power of -1, it would sit here. I'll just draw this in. It would sit here and it would do something like that. Okay? But it's not. It's -2. And so what it has done is it has reflected it in this asymptote. So, what does the graph of negative ax to the a to the power of x, rather, negative a to the power of x plus or minus something look like? Well, when it's a negative in front of the value here, what it does is it reflects it in the x axis. When there's a negative up here, as you've seen in other examples that I've done, it reflects it in the y-axis. And this, of course, moves it up or down. Okay, so I hope that was clear. I hope it made sense. If what I did here, working out the values of y, confused you, because I would work out a positive value here and then make it negative, that has to do with the order of operations in mathematics, and maybe that's something that you should review. Okay, if you found this helpful, please like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.